We all need more fun, right? In these times with very, very few distractions, we all need more fun. So I thought I'd create a video on fun. Also because I talked about fun and playfulness last week on my group program and they all got super inspired. And one of them came back with a story of how she came into the living room. The whole floor was covered with toys, as if as if a toy shop had just vomited on it, she said. But instead of getting exasperated, frustrated, or whatever, she put on some music and they created a game whereby they had to call out a toy and then be the first to put it away. And they all got super sweaty and had a great time and lifted the mood, and they got the floor completely clear. So how can we do this? If you follow me, you'll know that I talk a lot about connection. And connecting is really super important, um, because it lifts everything. And one way of connecting that we so often forget is this fun and playfulness, because when we're fun and playful, we're kind of attuned to children, aren't we? We're in their element. I mean, their element is just fun and silliness. Not only, obviously, I'm not saying children are like that all the time, but they so naturally can have fun. They so naturally are playful and find silliness funny. And so it's a great way to connect that we often forget. And, if you're on a path of conscious parenting, if you're trying to develop your parenting and, create a great family life, um, one of the things that can happen is that we start taking ourselves as parents really seriously. And that can be a problem because the seriousness can create heaviness. Now I'll give you an example, and it's a little challenge for you, right? So poos, farts, and wheeze. How do you find that? So many children, I almost say all children, yeah, all children find them really, really funny. They find that kind of talk really, really funny, okay? And so I recommend that you also, maybe if you don't find it fun, maybe you can't actually stretch that far to find it funny, but just let it be there because it's harmless, right? And when we don't take ourselves too seriously and just allow that kind of talk, we actually get less of it because we're not trying to stamp it down. That's one way of having more of it and making it funnier and more hilarious in a way. But just go with it, go with the flow. And here are some more ideas. In case, you might be that kind of parent who feels, oh, I'm not naturally fun. Some are, those ones who just naturally bring the joke, naturally full of sparkle, naturally get everyone kind of feeling great with their natural fun. Like, but we're not all like that. Nevertheless, we can bring fun into our family lives. So what you can do, here are three things, three ideas for you. One is funny noises, so squeals and squeaks, talking like an animal or like their favorite character, or like talking through. Imagining you got a blocked nose. Oh, I've got a blocked nose. I can't talk properly. Okay, so you could just be silly with voices and noises. That's the first one. And then the second one is funny walks. If you can't bring your child to come and wash their hands with you, you can walk like a penguin. Just let's be penguins. And you'll probably have some more success with that. And what was the other one? Oh yeah, just fun with language. I used to do a lot of this when my son was small because I just enjoyed it, making up rhymes and things, and just the old pantomime stuff of misunderstanding what they've said. So I wouldn't do this all the time. Otherwise, it could have the effect that your child doesn't feel you take them seriously. So I wouldn't do this all the time at all. But just sometimes, if they say something like, "I don't want to do that," and you say, "You don't want to chew that," it can be a way of connecting with them, because the reason why they were pushing back in the first place was because they wanted to draw something more out of you. They wanted to bring you to be more present, to lighten up, to light up. And so when you respond like that, they'll respond with a smile, and you've changed the whole atmosphere. And the other thing you can do with language is, yeah, just say things that are ridiculous. I remember a time when we were in Devon and we're climbing up a steep hill. They got these steep hills in Devon. And my son got left behind. He was about 4 or 5 in a big field, and he was sort of dawdling. I mean, it was quite steep. And because it was quite steep, I didn't want to go all the way down there after him to fetch him. And all the calling and the come-ons and that kind of thing, that just wasn't working. He was slowing down to an absolute snail's pace. And so I suddenly looked at the hedgerow, got inspired, plucked a leaf, stuck it up my nose, and said, "Hey, Orlando, I've got a strawberry plant growing out of my nose. Come and look." And he just literally ran up that hill at that point. So just sometimes saying crazy things, allowing yourself to be inspired, that can really help. And yeah, so I hope you've got some new ideas. If you want to get the whole overview, fun and positivity is one of my 6 wise parenting powers, and there are 5 others, and they all help you to create a fun and enjoyable and happy family. So that can be found on my website. It's a free guide, Solve the Struggle with Your Kids. And it's on unaalexander.co.uk/solve the struggle. So I really recommend you go there now and download that for yourself. And it also means we get to stay in touch. So lots of love to you and have a fun day. Bye.